So during the live stream today, we covered a lot of different formatting tricks and tips, but I want to just pull out four takeaways from this live stream that we didn't talk about as much the last live stream. So the four things, they're focused in the text editor, because there's a lot of tools in the text editor that a lot of people don't know about. Whether you use them or not, totally up to you, but they're useful for me and my work, so I'm going to tell them to you. So one thing that bothers me, that might not bother you, I understand that I might have some issues, is that I don't like when the fonts don't match in Isidore. Like, it just drives me crazy. I don't know why. I find it distracting, but I do. So I like, if I'm in an Isidore site and I'm working with an instructor, I will oftentimes go and make their fonts consistent. So in this case, like, I can see immediately that this is not the Isidore font. I know immediately that this is the Isidore font. I live, breathe, and, well, I don't eat Isidore. Well, I guess, okay. I know Isidore's font. I know this is not Isidore's font. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that formatting so that it matches. So I'm going to click on this pencil icon, and a couple ways to do this, but the one that I would use here in this case is I would highlight all the text, and I'm going to click the remove format button. Now, caveat is that this will remove this bold and italicized. So if I have a lot of text, I like to take a screenshot first. You can snag it, and then I will go and reapply the formatting after. And so sometimes I don't make fonts consistent when there's a lot of formatting, just because that is a lot of work. But if it's just a couple places here and there, then I'll do it, because it's only taking like 30 seconds to reapply the formatting, especially when I have that screenshot reference to refer back to. So highlighting all the text, I can press Control A as well to select all. So Control A selects all. And I'm making a note that this is bolded and italicized, but then I'm going to click remove format, and now I'm back to my beloved Isidore font. So now I'll click on this, and I will click, or do Control B as in boy for bold, and then Control I as in India for italicized. So now we're back. Another quick trick though about copying and pasting into Isidore is, if you're wanting to just get it into Isidore font right away and you're copying from a Word document, a different approach you can take is to just remove formatting from the get-go. So I can do Control Shift V as in Victor, and that will paste it in with the formatting removed. So to show you, if it's just Control V will paste it with formatting. I don't think I formatted it in the original document. That's why you're not seeing that bold and under. But key note here though is, if you do the Control Shift V, is that it will also remove the links. It will remove things like bullet points. It will remove things like numbers. So there's just different approaches to take. I go one approach or the other depending on how much formatting I have to do, essentially. So in this case, I would then just go and relink this, and then I'd go and rebold and re-italicize. So that's one thing. It's not maybe the most useful feature, but it's one thing I definitely use all the time, is the remove format button. Okay, the other thing is the YouTube button. So a lot of times I see instructors paste links to YouTube. So the worst thing that you can do, please, if you can avoid doing this, is just paste the link like this. That's not great. One, that's not even a link. That's not gonna, like, when you save it, that's not gonna just turn into a link. So then a lot of times I'll see an instructor, I guess probably do this and then paste in the link. That's also not ideal. I would sooner see you say high altitude Falcon. All right, this is Starship launch. Type the text in, then highlight it, then link, and that's okay. But even better, in my opinion, is embedding the video, because I'm more likely to watch a video if I see something that looks a little bit visually interesting to me, especially, I mean, this is a great looking video from the get-go, so that's a little bit more interesting to me. So I would embed it. I wouldn't embed videos if I have 5 in a row or something necessarily, like I might, but if it's just one video especially, I would just embed it. So I'm going to click on this YouTube icon here, and I'm not going to paste in this embed code box. That's not the right spot for it, but down here in this URL. So just ignore this box. Ignore it. Don't even look at it. This is the box you want, and then press OK. And now I've got a really cool looking video that I definitely want to click on and watch. So just a quick tip on that YouTube button. It's a really useful feature. The third thing I want to talk about are font awesome icons. So you don't have to use these by any means. You don't have to use them, but I use them a lot for files, especially. So read PDF about Starship by SpaceX. Okay. So I do this a lot of times instead of going to the in lessons, clicking on add file and uploading my files there. I oftentimes will just upload it through the text editor. So I'm going to indent, because I like to indent things a lot, readings underneath the instructions. So I'm indenting, I'm clicking on the Font Awesome button, and that's pulling up a whole suite of icons, and you can scroll through these and find a lot in there, but the one that I am looking for right now is a PDF. Since I have a PDF file that I need them to read, I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I'm also going to change the color. So select OK, and then press OK, and now I've got a nice looking PDF icon. And then Starship Engineering, we'll call it that. The file I'm about to upload is not a Starship Engineering. But I'm just going to highlight this, I'm going to click on the link icon, and I'm going to say upload, choose file, and this is the, that's what we were working on the live stream, is IPS. People have it. I'm going to press send to server, and now that file is uploaded to Isidore, and I press OK, and now I have something that looks a little bit nice. This is especially something I do when there's a lot of readings in a row. I would just do the same thing, Control C, Control V. If it were a Word document, I would choose the Word icon and make it blue instead of red, and that's what I would do instead of the PDF, and so on and so forth. I just think it makes it look a little bit nicer, but there's all other kinds of icons in here. There's like I don't know, there's a lot. It's not the most extensive library of icons you've ever seen, but it's a good amount. The last thing we talked about in the live stream, and I'm sorry this video is now so long, is the templates button. This is a really nice feature to just give some visual interest to your course. So the one that we talked about in the live stream today was the alert with the yellow star. It becomes so easy to just see and like gloss over anything that's black text on a white background. Not that I'm saying go color crazy, but sometimes if there's something you especially want to remind your students of, these are nice alerts that tells them something important that they definitely need to remember. Like, we have a quiz in class on Friday. So now I've got that, and then I followed up with other text, and I'd encourage you to explore all the templates in here and just click on them and add them and see what they're about. We do have a whole eWiki article about how to use these that has links and examples and stuff. So if you're interested in that, we can post that as well. And those are the four of the things we talked about during the live stream today. Please ask any questions, or if you'd like me to start reformatting your class, let me know. Thanks.